Hello, this is Ron DiNapoli from SandCrater Software. Today we're going to talk about configuring MiniECal. When you launch MiniECal for the first time, there is a button in the lower left-hand corner called Server Settings. You would tap that button to get to the server configuration screen. If you are already running MiniECal, the main view should have a button in the top left-hand corner called Server. If you tap that button, you'll be taken to the same configuration view. The server settings view, which is where you enter all the configuration, has a number of fields that need to be populated with information that identifies your Exchange server to MiniECal. The first one is the server string that is used to find the Exchange Web Services interface on your Exchange server. This is usually of the form https:// the name of your Exchange server, followed by a slash, capital E, capital W, capital S, and then another slash and exchange.asmx. If you don't know the name of your Exchange server, you would need to contact your Exchange administrator. If you do know the name, you can go ahead and run OWA, which is the web interface to Exchange, and just to verify, go to and look at your mail in OWA, and when your mail is showing, look at the host name that's showing in the URL in the web browser, and that also can be used as the name that you put in the server string, again with the ews/exchange.asmx added to it. Again, if you have any questions about what this string should be, check with your Exchange administrator. The next is to enter your email address. This is fairly straightforward. This is the address you receive email at on your Exchange server. We're assuming it's of the form user ID, the @ sign, and then the domain name of your mail. The next field is for entering your password. You don't actually have to do this if you don't want to, but it will be, if you do enter it here, it will be the password you use to check your email. And if you do enter it here, MiniECal will remember it for as long as the MiniECal application is running. If you don't enter it here, every time that MiniECal needs to authenticate, it will prompt you for it. The domain name is an optional entry that most people will not need to enter. If you are using Exchange 2007, you may need to put something here, and it usually would be a single word domain name. If this is not something that is familiar to you, then please check with your Exchange administrator. For Exchange 2010 and later, if you need to fill this out, it would normally be the fully qualified domain name, so domainname.company.com. The next field is called Forget Password. If you have a value in this field, MiniECal will forget the password stored in the previous field, in the password field, after the specified number of minutes. Now this is useful if your organization has some sort of policy on caching Exchange passwords on mobile devices. This would, again, if you put 4 in there, after you exit the screen where you've entered the password, MiniECal would remember it for 4 minutes and then forget it. If you leave this blank, MiniECal will remember any password stored here for as long as the application is running. The next field is called Allow Untrusted SSL. For most people, this should usually be left off. This is because a properly installed production Exchange environment should always have a valid SSL certificate, and there would be no need to ever allow an untrusted one. This feature is provided for the case where you wish to use MiniECal with some sort of test environment, which may or may not have a valid SSL certificate. So if you're not using a test environment, there's no reason for this to be turned on. Finally, the last configuration option is for Exchange 2007 SP1 support. If your Exchange server is an Exchange 2007 server, again running at least Service Pack 1, turn this switch on. When you connect to an Exchange 2007 environment, as we mentioned before, you may also need to specify a one-word domain name in the domain field in order to properly access information about the calendar events in this Exchange environment. Finally, if you need any help, there's a help button in the bottom of the view, which if you tap on it will bring up a scrollable text view that has all this information stored in the application. If you have any other questions about configuring MiniECal, please contact SandCrater Technical Support at support@sandcrater.com. Thank you very much.